The first signs of wealth are not flashy cars, diamond watches, or Instagram-worthy vacations, but something so quiet, so subtle, that most people miss them completely, even when they are happening right in front of their eyes. Would you be able to spot them, or would you only realize years later that someone you thought was just average had been building a fortune in silence? The truth is, real wealth doesn't scream. It whispers. And the whisper begins with small, almost invisible choices that compound into life-changing results, like the man who keeps driving his old car even though his bank account could easily buy 10 new ones, or the woman who never talks about her money but somehow never seems stressed about bills. Their lives appear ordinary on the surface, but there's a quiet confidence in the way they move, the way they make decisions, and the way they stop chasing approval. And if you look closely, you'll notice that their definition of luxury isn't about showing off. It's about time, freedom, and control. Think of it like this. Someone who has quietly crossed into millionaire territory will spend Saturday morning at a farmer's market, casually picking organic fruit without looking at the price tags, not because they want to show off, but because the weight of counting every dollar has long disappeared, and this invisible shift in their behavior is more telling than any gold chain. It's a freedom that can't be faked. Another subtle clue is the way conversations change. People with new money often can't stop talking about investments, crypto, or business deals, but those with quiet wealth rarely mention money at all. They've already made peace with it, and instead they focus on deeper topics like health, travel experiences, or building something that lasts beyond them. Their energy feels different, calmer, and you start noticing they never rush, never panic, because wealth has given them options, and options bring peace. You may also see it in how they treat others. The quiet millionaire doesn't need to belittle waiters or flex on their friends. In fact, they usually tip more, they listen more, and they avoid unnecessary conflicts, because they know their value isn't tied to proving a point. If you pay close attention, you'll realize another invisible marker of rising wealth is how they structure their daily lives. Their mornings aren't filled with chaos, but with routines, sometimes as simple as exercising, journaling, or taking long walks. Wealth has bought them space to slow down, while the rest of the world is stuck rushing from paycheck to paycheck. Even the way they dress gives subtle hints, not through flashy designer logos, but through quality. Well-tailored clothes that last for years, simple shoes that are comfortable yet durable, and accessories that don't shout for attention but quietly signal class to those who understand. They buy fewer things, but each item carries intention. Their homes often follow the same principle, not mansions filled with noise, but spaces designed for comfort, minimalism, and function, where every corner reflects stability rather than excess. And this is where many people misjudge quiet wealth, because they expect movie-style extravagance, when in reality, true financial independence often chooses simplicity, because it's no longer about impressing strangers. And here's the biggest secret. The richest people you'll ever meet rarely talk about being rich, because wealth for them has stopped being about money and started being about power over their own time. You'll notice they're the ones leaving a meeting early to attend their kid's game or disappearing for a month-long trip without worrying about work. And this kind of freedom is the loudest quiet signal of all. If you think about it, the loudest brag is silence, the absence of the need to prove, because when you finally reach that level of financial strength, the world doesn't have to know. You know, and that's enough. So the next time you meet someone who seems ordinary but carries themselves with a calm certainty, who doesn't stress over little things, and who invests in their health, their relationships, and their peace of mind, instead of chasing the spotlight, ask yourself this: are you looking at someone who has mastered the art of quiet wealth? Because the truth is, when wealth truly begins to show, it doesn't knock loudly on the door. It slips in quietly, rearranges the furniture of your life, and lets you live in a way that no amount of noise can ever imitate.